The man I called dad for 16 years isn't on my birth certificate. The truth behind their divorce left me speechless. I found my birth certificate at 16, and everything my parents ever told me about their divorce was a lie, but not in the way you'd expect. Growing up with divorced parents was my normal. Dad lived 2 states away, called on weekends, and visited twice a year. Mom raised me alone, working 2 jobs. When I asked why they split, Mom always said the same thing. We grew into different people and fell out of love, but we both loved you more than anything. Dad's version was shorter. Sometimes adults can't get along. It happens. I accepted this until my junior year of high school when I needed my birth certificate for a driver's license. Digging through Mom's filing cabinet, I found it tucked inside an old manila envelope. The name listed under father wasn't my dad's. It was a stranger's name, Parrot James Wilson, not Michael Collins, the man I'd called dad my entire life. With shaking hands, I confronted Mom that night. She collapsed into tears, something I'd rarely seen. The truth spilled out in fragments between sobs. Mom had been in an abusive relationship with my biological father. When she discovered she was pregnant, he became increasingly violent. She fled in the middle of the night with nothing but her car and what little money she had saved. Michael Pern, the man I knew as Dad Pert, was her college friend who offered her a place to stay. He helped her through pregnancy, held her hand during labor, and eventually fell in love with both of us. They married when I was 6 months old. When I was 4, they divorced because my biological father had found us. Michael offered to move away to create a false trail, making it appear they had separated so my bio father would believe Mom was alone and vulnerable. Then when he showed up, he'd find an empty house. Pern, they'd already moved us across the country. For 12 years, Michael had lived 2 states away, maintaining our fiction, calling regularly and visiting cautiously to protect the lie. He's not your stepdad, Mom whispered. He's the man who chose to be your father when your biological one chose violence. We've been living a choreographed lie to keep you safe. I called Michael that night for the first time. He answered, "Hey kiddo," and I heard his voice break. Sometimes the lies parents tell aren't to deceive us, but to protect us from truths we're not ready to bear. And sometimes the people who love us most aren't the ones whose blood we share.